Revolution, 79. Why not? When I say this to my wife, she smashed me. I've been talking about constitutional problems. I have been, as a retired lawyer, interested in the question of velayet faqih. I have tried to read all I can of the discussion in the Majlis when the constitution was passed. And there was several voices warning for this type of system. Then came the day when Khomeini died. We all die. And we have the problem with Mr. Khomeini. Because Ali Khamenei is not emulated in the proper way. The question is he in a proper Shia way emulated to a Maria Eklund? So in my new book I take a foreigner's discussion on this issue, and that's because I am a retired lawyer. By that I'm coming to the end. Yes, I like this man. I must say that. I admire him as an outsider. A strong man. And how could USA and Britain go so low so they performed a coup to take him away from his office? It's unforgettable. Then Mr. Khomeini come back. Sometimes I find it, I may be lonely of that, but in my opinion, Khomeini was a clever man. A very clever man. A strong man. Because he took back the oil from the Western societies. And no one else had made it before, but he did it. He did it. The Iranian oil today is Iranian oil, isn't it? Yes. I have another opinion of his followers, but that's another question. There was the oil. Now I'm very soon going to talk to Professor Hadi Youssefi. This is... we forgot very often this. That's why the problem around the Caspian Sea, don't we? But I just wanted to mention it because now I'm going to close these talkings. This is quotings from Professor Hadi Youssefi, and I find them very interesting when I was preparing this. In an article in Turkish Journal of International Relations, Professor Haye Youssefi wrote an article named Iran's Foreign Policy During Ahmadinejad, From Confrontation to Accommodation. And notice that Professor Haye Youssefi wrote it 2010. 2010. There was some cornerstones in the Iranian history that Professor Haye Youssefi gave me, because I hadn't found them myself, but Professor Haye helped me. Because Iran strays about all to protect against foreign dominance, to keep its independence, and to defend its territorial integrity. Of the text, 4 principles of 7, I just took this because I left attest to the fact that Iranians are extremely concerned with their independence and territorial integrity. And when a foreigner have written this book and tried to sublimate it, this is just what Professor Haye Youssefi says. Because it's a red line going through all the Iranian history in my book. Independence, foreign dominance, territorial integrity. This is quoted from Professor Haye Youssefi. It's a little shorter view here. But he mentioned here after the time after the Safavid dynasty and the modern society with. I have Dr. Hossein here in the audience have learned me that to use the word of modernity we must be careful, and I mean it in the way another society than the former. I'm going to stop this. I had some details about the oil. Oil still. I'm going fast now. I'm sorry for that, but I have on Scribd is the name, written articles, and this is 3 of them. Iran's oil. This is the first phase, the second phase, middle, and the third. And this is the pipelines. I know. So read this, please. Can you see it? Philosophical and historical definitions is to its essence of different kind and origin. The former has to be fixed and closed, the others as floating and open as possible. I like this man, Jacob Burckhardt. That's why I'm quoting him. And by that, I will mention that my new book, if someone publishes it, has 21 chapters. I take up the hostage drama, Iraq-Iran war, Shat al-Arab, new winds, the constitutional question I told you, all the new field of tensions, Caspian Sea, dispute of borders, oil, Silk roads yesterday, oil routes today, resolutions, sanctions, and Iran, that's today. And then Iran, the surrounding world, the choice and power, future. That's just to mention. And then we have Omar Khayyam. And this is not on English, and you know Omar Khayyam. I can translate it, but you like Khayyam? Be careful. The world is full of horror. Don't sit safe. The time's sword is sharp. If destiny pulls some honey on your tongue, wash out. Don't swallow it. It's poison. By that, I see if my no, it's not functioning. Give me some seconds here, because nothing I do is functioning. Uh, 75. Oh, there I made a mistake. 75. Gatt, jävlar bara. So, I hope that I haven't made you tired. I told you from the beginning that I'm going to talk about things you already know. But maybe I did it from with another eyes, because I am not an Iranian. I'm an outsider. And sometimes it's interesting to understand, oh, he do look at it this way. Oh, you know how I mean. So, by that, oh God, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I hadn't meant that. But I asked Professor Haji Youssefi to break me. Thank you for your invitation. Thank you for coming here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your very concise overview of long Iranian history. Although it was 1 hour and a half, but it was a long history to cover. So I think you did have the right, and so I didn't interrupt you. I didn't allow myself to interrupt you, because it was very interesting to listen to you. And thank you very much. And you quoted from my article, and this is what so many people who are studying Iran say, that Iranians are very sensitive to their territorial integrity and independence. And now, after the Islamic Revolution, maybe we can talk about lots of problems and issues, but the difference, the cut, is that, matter of fact, the watershed is that Iran has started to become independent, to prevent foreign interference in its affairs. But it's very interesting to see how the Iranian history has two different, very interesting aspects: continuity and change. So we see the continuity throughout the history, and also the change, and it's very interesting to talk about it and to take some lessons from the current time, and to see how we are evolving in that area. So if there is any question or any comments you can make and ask Kent about what he said, or any view of yourself or opinion, that would be interesting to listen. So if you have any question, please. So the floor is for you. So we have here people who are interested in Iranian history. We can talk a little bit about the current time and the lessons that we can learn from the history. Is any comment or okay? So many. So it seems that people are not tired. They are somehow feel comfortable with what you said, and they need time to consume it. So I will let people, audience, to do that. Thank you very much for your attending our seminar, and we hope that we will see you again in our monthly seminars. That we are trying to invite intellectuals, as a matter of fact, people from academia, to talk about different aspects of Iran, the Middle East, the region, culture, history, and the issues related to religion. So our next seminar will be held here in ICC in October. That Professor Susan Whitgord, the Dean of Department of Religion from Stockholm University, she will make, as a matter of fact, a lecture about different aspects of different symbols in religion and how they are interpreted here in Europe or in Sweden as part of Europe. So thank you very much for your attentions, and thank you very much for your very interesting lecture. Thanks a lot.